If you guys could do me a big favor before we start, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, share these videos with your friends. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed. And if you are subscribed, make sure you hit that little bell so you get all the notifications when we post new videos or go live. Also, make sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and LinkedIn so you can stay up to date with everything we're doing. Hey Samurais, what's up? Today I want to talk about keyboard shortcuts and hotkeys inside of Final Cut Pro X. And the reason I want to do this is, the other day I was working on a project where I needed to save out a whole bunch of still images. And I realized that when I come up here and I go to my share options and I go to save current frame, there's no keyboard shortcut assigned for that function. So that would mean I would have to literally go through this whole clicking process every time I wanted to save out one still image, which would take me a lot of time. It would be much easier if I could just hit a keyboard shortcut and bring up the menu 1, 2, 3. And that's what I want to show you how to do today. But first I want to go through the basics and show you guys how to figure out which keys control which functions inside of Final Cut Pro X. Now there's a few different ways to do this. The first way is you can simply just hover over top of a tool and it typically will bring up a little pop-up, and here you can see that the effects browser is controlled by Command 5. The other way is if you click on a drop-down menu, a lot of times right next to the tool you can see the shortcut key, so you can see select is A, blade tool is B. You can also go to the top of the menu, click on one of the drop downs, and next to the tool you can see the shortcut right inside of there. There's one last way to do it as well. If we go to Final Cut Pro, go down to Command, go over to Custom, it brings up this handy dandy little command editor. And right inside of the command editor, we can look and see what the function is and what modifier key and key we need to press to trigger that. All right, guys, a real quick side note. For those of you who don't know, inside of the command editor is where you also set up keyboard shortcuts, and it's very simple to do. So say I want to be able to use the letter H, we'll say, to add a custom name. So now here it shows me all of the options that use H, all of the options that use H with a modifier key. So all I have to do is click and drag on this down to here. So now I just assign the add a custom name to Shift Command H. And again, I could do the same thing. So say I want to do T and I want to do add a chapter marker. So I can click on add a chapter marker, drag it down here. So now Shift Command T adds a chapter marker. So as you can see, it's very easy to set up new keyboard shortcuts. But here's the rub. Sometimes you cannot assign shortcut keys to certain functions. So like if I went down to the sharing options, because I was trying to share a still image, you will see that there's no other choices other than export using default share. Now, yes, I could technically go and set a different default share option, but then every time I wanted to export my video, I would have to manually go do that. I couldn't hit a keyboard shortcut for that. So let me show you a little workaround to assigning a keyboard command when you can't do it inside of Final Cut Pro directly. So the first thing we're going to do is take note of what the name of the function that we're trying to create a shortcut key for is called. So we're going to look, we're going to say it's called save current frame ... And those 3 dots are important because we need to type the name exactly in this next step. Then all we need to do is go into our Macintosh system preferences, click on keyboard, shortcuts, app shortcuts, click on this little plus icon right here. Make sure we choose the application we're working with. So that's going to be Final Cut Pro. Now this is where we need to type that name exactly, making sure we include those 3 little dots. Now we're going to put in the keyboard shortcut we want to use. So we're going to do Option Shift S, click Add, and now we have our keyboard shortcut set up. So now we can return to Final Cut Pro and try it out. All right, guys, now all we have to do is press the keyboard shortcut we created. So all I do is I hit Option Shift S, and 1, 2, 3, you'll see that my Save Current Frame window pops up. Guys, if you liked this video today, remember to give this video a big thumbs up. If you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions about anything I talked about in this video, or have a suggestion for another video you would like to see, feel free to ask in the comment section below. And until next time, guys, remember to dream big, think bigger, and always be you. Love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.